So, let's take a look at the behaviour of Dragon Rage. We got the Tier 2 armour added this week, and as you can see, we can see some very obvious differences. The Dragon Rage helmet sold for just under 24,000, as in 24,000 sales. The Dragon Rage vest is 25,500, but the Dragon Rage kilt 32,500. That's quite a big difference compared to the other two pieces of armour. But why is this? Well, as you should understand, with all of the pieces of armour available, there is only one piece of leg armour, the kilt. So, when all these three came out, the kilt has more demand because we can use it, of course, with the high quality metal. And most big clans are going to, of course, be running around with high quality metal. So, because this can be used neither with the Tier 2 set or the Tier 3 set, there of course means that there is more investment and more demand for this kilt. This happens with every single collection. It's not unique to this. Happens with every single collection. So usually when you see the likes of Tier 2 armour coming out first for a collection, you would still see the kilt being more invested in, because we know that this, it will always mostly be wanted to be paired with the Tier 3 armour. Now, what do we have to say in regards to whether it's oversaturated or not? Well, let's just take a look at how many have been sold in comparison to the other pieces of armour. So, as we can see here, almost 24,000, 25,500 here, but 32,500 at this point. What we need to distinguish is actual demand, right? What we need to understand is how many of these purchases were people that actually wanted to use the kilt, and then how many of them were people that just wanted to make a quick flip profit. Make sense? Let's get into this. So, if you were to look at all of the Dragon Rage again, we can have a quick look and see how much was bought for each other piece. So, high quality armour actually had around 35,000 sales each. When you look at the whole collection on SCMM, it actually gives you a lower number. As you can see here, 32,500. It says 29,500 here. Not sure what that's about, but yeah, you get the idea. So technically, this was actually both of these sold for around 35,000 each. They have done rather well. When the Tier 2 armour appeared, these two, the chest plate spiked a little bit. This actually went down. It was weird, but then again, it might have been an early case of people dumping for the new CSGO major stickers that just came out. But the hoodie and the pants went up very nicely. They trended up very nicely. Here you go. Let's just take a look at the pants, for instance. Look at the trend. You can see it right there. So, yeah, we didn't have much for a while. Then Tier 2 armour comes out and spikes. It went up by 50%. Very nice. It went down a little bit, but as of now, it's still doing better than what it was before. What we have to be aware of, though, is if we can see that all of these got super popular by themselves and they've been paired with blackout armour to help fill or fully complete the set, we might see a ton of oversaturation in regards to the kilt. And I'm going to sit here and say yes. I am confident to sit here and say that the Dragon Rage kilt is oversaturated. There's definitely a lot of people that bought more than what they needed just for the purpose of selling. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of how is the price going to behave on the Steam community market afterwards. You're going to see a lot of people throwing them onto the market. You're going to see a very high quantity. If we were to just quickly go on to the Rust Steam market right now, we can have a quick look in regards to that. If I were to type in Dragon Rage, let's go take a quick look at the quantities. So you can already see a bit of a difference to what we have already. You can tell the hoodie and the pants came out first because they were very popular, and the very second the Dragon Rage face mask and chest plate were seen, so much more was bought. In fact, let's go take a quick look again. Let's go take a quick look and see how much of the hoodie and pants were bought. Right, so let's just take a quick look again and just see what we have here. So remember, the purchase count is a bit off. So you could sit here and say Dragon Rage pants and hoodie had about 30,000 purchases each. But when the high quality armour came out, these had 35,000 purchases each. So let's just put that together. For a full set, if there's only 30,000 of these hoodie and pants available in circulation, we have an excess of an extra 5,000 each for the high quality armour. So if, in theory, everybody wanted to have a complete set, you're going to have an excess 35,000 with the high quality armour. We're now already seeing excess for the kilt. And we've still technically got another, let's say about 16, 17 hours left of this being available in the Rust store. I'm 100% sure you're probably going to see an extra few thousand of these bought on the very last day. That happens quite a lot. So I would sit here and say, with that all those excess purchases, we're definitely going to be sort of experiencing quite a lot of oversaturation behaviour, and that prices for the next few weeks are very likely going to be below the Rust store price or very close. If there's enough hype for this, remember when the Black Gold AK came out? A lot of AK skins do very badly when they first come out, and as of now, the more recent ones, they just don't recover. But Black Gold AK had a ton of fear of missing out sort of hype behind it, and it actually doubled in price. So with the kilt here, and obviously completing the full set of Dragon Rage, because a lot of people have had to buy a $25 blackout kilt just to complete the set as they run around with what already exists. This kilt now is much more affordable, and the actual piece that completes the set. In the future, will this rise in price? Yes, 100%. This is pretty much blackout, but it has a bit of gold in it. And that little bit of gold does not shine, it does not reflect. So, in theory, yes, this will definitely go up in the long term. But for the short term, oversaturation will definitely have an effect. Oversaturation will definitely have an effect, and it will probably bottleneck its price because people will be dumping their quantity. I wouldn't be surprised to sit here and say if this has over 100, 200, maybe even 300 quantity on the Steam market after a couple of weeks. It's very expected. But as time goes on, as we go through the summer, as we reach the Christmas time later this year, I mean, we're many, many months away, but in the long term, this will do well. 100%. Dragon Rage can only go upwards, but it will very likely be a slow process. There needs to be an extra sort of hype wave behind it. Maybe we need to see more people just jump in and buy out stock. But for the short term, this kilt is most likely going to suffer. Long term, it's just another blackout, and people love blackout. So yeah. Oh, well, with a better design. But yeah. If you can afford it, hold on to them. But in terms of buy orders today, I would sit here and say you could easily do up to $2. That would be risky. But $2, and if you sell next week, you could probably be alright. If you want to be super safe, maybe $1.80, but that's a more risky buy order, is what I'm saying. 50% for this week is totally fine. $1.25, no problems. We haven't seen any of the Dragon Rage go below their Rust store price just yet. Dragon Rage face mask has been very close. There's been quite a few dumps with that recently, but even then it's still above its Rust store price. So Dragon Rage kilt, perfectly fine to do maybe a 70% buy order risk. Be careful, but yeah, you should be fine. The tier 2 though, right, so as we see over here, a lot of people just simply aren't looking at these. These are probably going to be very sneaky. People probably won't even notice that they're there. Sounds silly, but what I'm saying is there's going to be so much focus in regards to the kilt that people are probably not going to focus these two as much, and these very likely will climb up in price faster than this kilt. People have a blind eye to it. That happened with Forest Raiders, I believe, didn't it? Forest Raiders actually went up. with tier 2 faster, and then everything else slowly went up. I guess you can try and put past experiences together and see if... Yeah, I feel like that would probably be the same. There's a lot of hype behind Dragon Rage, so I feel like we're definitely in the same position. Forest Raiders definitely had 30,000 plus sales as well, so I guess it's pretty much the same. That's my best offer, I'd sit there and say. Perfectly fine to do half the value. Risking for 70% of value isn't too bad. $1.80, maybe even push for $2. Bit risky, but yeah, I would definitely sit here and say this is oversaturated, but these two aren't. These two are totally fine. No issue there. And now, let's focus